And I'm live and tweaking my camera yet again. Now I'm live. The camera's wiggling because I tweaked it. I had set up, I don't know, I'm going to assume I set up the camera. I had it already. I put it in the description, all that jazz, whatever. And then it occurred to me like a minute before I was supposed to start, hey, you haven't brought up the, instructions to make Serenity. It might be helpful. Maybe. Welcome back to this awesome. I've been gone. Last weekend I was off. I had a family get together. Yes. Oodles of fun. And then I got back, and then you had to get back in the grind of it. And I'm a creature of habit and routine. If you get off the routine, everything gets a little bit weird. I got Pusheen sitting in the corner watching because he was on the table, and I was like, nah, I'm just leaving it. That's how dedicated I am. Yet again, I've redone my camera because I do it every time. The camera doesn't sit the way it is. So we'll see if this one works well, which the glare off of Firefly is killing me. There we go. We'll leave it like that. The glare isn't killing everybody now. That's the only thing I have. That's Serenity, Firefly. That's the only thing I come up with. I mean, I could have made a thumbnail. That probably would have been better. Whatever. Neither here nor there. Thank you for coming back. If it's the first time, please like, comment, subscribe. If this is the first time you see any of these videos, this is actually the 5th MOC alternate build for the Millennium Falcon set, which I don't put it in the front because I was smart enough not to tell Amazon not to put the sticker on the front. So it's got a gigantic flipping sticker on the front. So you're the thing you should know. Hey, if you order something off Amazon and you don't want them to just mail it in the box it's in with nothing else, make sure you check that. I know it's there. It never occurred to me. It never occurred to me you can mail a Lego set without a box or even a poly mailer. Could we not do a poly mailer? Anyways. So the other thing I was doing before this, I watched Avatar 1 and 2 today. That was interesting because I haven't seen either of them. Can I just say, super boring. Like literally, the second one isn't done yet. I just stopped it, and I'm like, yeah, we'll come back and finish it. Battle number 74 in the second movie. I mean, it's not 74. I think it's battle number 2, 3. I don't know. And the movie be long. Not that, and because I brought the PDF for the instructions. As always, for whatever reason, I always take the base apart when I organize the Legos, this is the worst organization I've done ever for Legos. I was really feeling it this time. In that case, I just dumped them. I just dumped the extra pieces you couldn't organize. I'm just killing time because I have to scroll down until I find it. If ever you're making a Lego set, and it's not your first time, like if you got a brand new box, obviously they come in separate bags, so it's not an issue. But if you're doing it from this, for all the sets are done this way, if you have a base which your thing sits on, you might want to make the base first. Or if you have something that's all one color, you might want to go to that section and make it so the base is all black. So I'm going to make that first because that will get rid of a bunch of pieces. I find it slightly amusing. The base is the same for every single one. So for this MOC alternate build, you could have just left the base together. So also, if you have the Millennium Falcon, if you want to make this alternate set, just put it right there, you're going to use it. If you want to make this alternate set, I would recommend just leaving the base together. Or at least looking at the instructions and seeing if you need to take it apart. Why can I not find this species? Okay. I found it. I'm going to kill somebody. That would save you some time just to make the rest of it. You're going to have less pieces on the board. This is going to drive me nuts. We need to flip this. These things I use to organize the Legos with. I got a puzzle board, like a jigsaw puzzle board. The ones you see on, I guess, TikTok, because that's where my sister saw it, and that's why she got it for me. It has drawers on the side of it that are wooden drawers. I've never actually used it for jigsaw puzzle pieces, but I do use it for these because it works great in containing the Legos so they don't run away. Because, Legos like to run away. It's what they do best. So that's That's what we're doing. And yet again, I have two mice. Turquoise one and a light blue one. So I'm going to constantly be, the computer over there is actually the one I'm doing the PDF instructions for, and that's the one I'm streaming from. You know, this is going to be a little fun. I know you cared. It was a big deal for you, but no. But yeah, so what I was doing before this, as we teach, oh my gosh, you already pulled it out. We're going to kill it today. Kill it. Talking about before I got distracted, I have never watched Avatar or its sequel, obviously, because I looked at it and I thought, oh, look, it's an eye candy movie. I'm not feeling an eye candy movie. So I was scrolling through looking at what was available today, and I saw Avatar, and I was like, you know what? You don't have anything else better to watch. You just tried to watch The Witches of Mayfair. You hated it with a fiery passion, and now here you are. Which, if I get back to Witches of Mayfair, we can talk about that too. So I'm like, sure, I'll watch Avatar. I do like the world. It is fairly interesting, but the problem is it's eye candy all the time. What I mean by that, never mind. If you've seen Avatar, you know what I mean. It's all about the visuals. Look at the world. Look at the world. I'm like, fine. It's interesting, sure, but I don't have the attention span or the caring to spend that much time just staring at the world. Gosh, man. Just not for that long. It's like you loved it so much. You were like, yeah, you could have cut 20 minutes out of that movie and I would have been keen. You could probably cut an hour out of it. Because at some point, it goes on for so long, it feels like filler. So obviously, I jumped from the first movie into the second one right away. So there has to be, because, I did like the world, curious to see what happens next. But also, you're like, oh, this is going to be super boring. And I knew that it was too long. I wasn't going to be able to finish it before I was supposed to stream. But I also knew I wouldn't struggle to stop watching and to do the stream, which isn't a good thing to know in advance, honestly. You should be so distracted and into the world that you forget, oh, for Pete's sakes, how do you never find it? I already pull it out. No. You should be distracted. You should be into the world to the point where, I would forget that I needed to stream. Like, that's what you should be thinking. I don't understand. What did you do? Oh, right in front of your face. Good times had by all. But I was not. I clearly just stopped it. I'm at the point in the movie, if you haven't seen it, spoiler, where their son died. Now, is it possible he could come back to life? Because that's the movie we're watching. Maybe. But who knows? Who knows? But yeah, uh-oh. You put both of those in wrong. Honestly, what is wrong with you? But the second movie, I don't think I fast forward in the first one. In the second one, yeah, those are not the movies you watch back to back. Because there's only so much eye candy you can do. I got bored and I was playing a game on my phone while I was watching it. So it's not like I was really just staring at it the entire time. I'm like, oh my gosh. I don't know if it's attention span or I was just... There's a reason why I never watched it before this point, and this is the exact reason why. I looked at that and thought, eye candy, I'm going to get bored, and I was 100% correct. Is it a bad movie? No. I mean, obviously it made a bunch of money. But I'm glad I did. I spent $0 watching it, so that was the correct amount for me. To each his own. But for me, oh my gosh, just so tedious. I mean, it's a step up from Witches of Mayfair. We're back to it. So that's what I first started watching. Partially because I just got done rewatching Discovery of Witches, so I was into the witch thing. I don't know. How did I get into that? Because I saw that one, and I was like, ooh, I'll rewatch that show. It's been a while. It's always fun to go back to a show you liked originally and watch it again. Is it the best show ever? Nope. But it was a hell of a lot more entertaining than Avatar, which that's a ding to Avatar. But Probably because there's more character and more story. Avatar doesn't really have a lot of story. It's just a lot of filler. We go on and on and on and on. But the other thing that was available, besides Discovery of Witches, was the Mayfair Witches. God, I don't know if that's right. I feel like that's wrong. Whatever. But that's an Anne Rice book series, it's not from the same books as, how was that? Oh, kill that. As Discovery of Witches. I don't even know what Discovery of Witches is from, but I'm pretty sure that it's from a book series of some sort. That's how gung-ho. The fact that I'm talking about that while I'm putting Firefly together, I mean, I'll eventually talk about the show, probably. But I started the Mayfair Witches today, and I watched 1.5 episodes before I was like, I hate this girl. I hate her so much. Like, you could only kill so many people before I'm like, yeah, no, I don't like you. I feel like she strikes me as the type of character that more people will die and should be like, woe is me. I'm like, bitch, you're not trying not to kill them. You know what you're doing at this point. Like, you don't know how you're doing it, but you know you're popping their brains. Like, you know this to be true. You can see it in your mind. You know it's happening, and yet you keep doing it. I just, no. That and the actress who plays the lead in Mayfair Witches, she always plays the same exact character, and I don't like her. Her character that she plays, I find very annoying. I don't care about them. I don't care if she lives or dies. I don't really have compassion for her, and I knew she was going to continue to make stupid life choices to make the story go on, and I was like, yeah, no, we're not doing it. That, and it's always a bummer. She's supposed to eventually get seduced by, isn't he supposed to be her father? Her father's a demon. He's supposed to seduce people. He's supposed to be all enthralling. I'm like, he's not that hot. It's very disappointing. I know what you're thinking. Why should that matter? It does matter. It does matter. He doesn't need to necessarily be hot. He just has to have that presence that makes you believe that he'd be able to seduce someone. And he doesn't have that either. Why? I don't know. But yeah, it was a bust. It was a bust. So that's how I ended up with Avatar, because that was a great idea. A great idea. Super exciting. As always, constantly looking for something new to watch. Gosh. I have actually watched a bunch of new stuff lately. I actually went to the theater the first time this year and watched Fantastic Four. That was it's an enjoyable movie. If you want to watch a popcorn movie, where you don't put a lot of thought in it, as long as you're not a huge fan. I didn't read the comics. I don't really know a lot about them. Like, I do watch some YouTubers that talked about it. They cared about it a lot more. They actually read the comics. And, they had more, gosh, I'm trying to think of the right word for it, love for the show than I do. So they're more critical on what it needs to be because they know what it's supposed to be. Gosh, that didn't sound right at all. But that's what I meant. I can't think of a better way to say it. So because they know more of the lore of the characters, they know how they're supposed to be, they have a higher bar that the movie has to meet. So it's harder for them. But for me, I don't really have that same emotional connection to the characters. I've never read the comics. I watched the 2 Fantastic Four movies that had Jessica Alba in them. But, yet again, it's just a popcorn movie. I mean, you can compare the 2 the 2 versions together. But they're far enough apart that it's not a huge deal. And yet again, I was not emotionally attached to any of these characters in such a way that it would cause me problems if they were changed. You hear that awesome bug in the background. I don't know what it is. But at least the crows aren't cawing anymore because they were out this morning. They were giving me the beautiful symphony and caw, caw, caw thing. It was awesome sauce. Awesome. But yeah, so I watched the Fantastic Four because I was curious to see it. It looked like it might be, you know, sometimes you want a popcorn movie. I obviously went to the matinee, which, that's a bust. I haven't seen a movie in the theater in a year. The last movie I saw in the theater was Deadpool and Wolverine. It's a coincidence that it's a Marvel movie. I mean, generally, if it's a movie I'm going to the movie theater, I want something, I would want to watch something kind of like Avatar. Not a big, and what I mean by that is, Avatar is in, it's a big movie, you know, where you want to see it on the big screen because you want to be able to see everything, you know, you want to be able to, well, there's so much to see on the screen that you need to see it on the big screen. Because watching it on the tiny one, you're not going to see all the things that's out there. Like, I guess that might make Avatar more exciting, but yet again, that movie is 3 hours long. No. The answer is no. Besides taking a nap, honestly, at this point, if ever I have insomnia, or if I have trouble sleeping, I might as well just turn on the music to Avatar and just lull myself to sleep. Just lull myself to sleep. Because it is so boring. How is that? Okay, that's that one. Oh. But yeah, so I was looking it up. I'm like, I'm going to go see a matinee. Go see it cheap because I don't want to pay full price for it because movies be expensive. I don't know how much they cost. I didn't look it up. So I first looked it up at Cinemark because that's the closest movie theater. They're right next to each other. Never mind. But that's the first theater I looked at. I'm like, I'll go see it there. This is the one I've seen numerous movies at. Sure. I looked it up. The matinee price, like the before noon price, was $13.50, and I was like, bullshit. That's not matinee price. Are you insane? This movie isn't worth $13.50. I'm gonna need you to suck it. Absolutely not. We're not doing this. Like, we're gonna find it somewhere else. I looked up the backup movie theater, and that movie theater, it was $6.50, and I'm like, yes, that's right. That is the Price is Right, kids. $6.50, I can do. I will spend that much money to watch this movie. Absolutely. I didn't buy it online because online they're like, we'll charge you an extra $1.50 if you buy it online. I'm like, what the shit? No. The whole point of this is to get it cheaper. So I went, bought my tickets in the theater. Not that it mattered. It wasn't going to be full. At like 11 o'clock in the morning. It's not going to be full. I was too lazy to make the 9:30. I'm keeping it real. But I went and watched it. As always, I chose a terrible seat. Can I just say, I'm really bad at choosing a seat when you're looking at when you're buying your ticket and they pop up the screen. And you have to choose one. Like, I know it tells you where the screen is versus where your seat is, so you know if you're close to it or far away. But, it's always a big gamble. Like, number one, you're trying to stay as far away from people as possible. Number two, you don't want to be too far away from the screen, but you also don't want to be too close because then you have to turn your head up. The perk of this one, obviously, is that it had, we're back to the beginning, kids. Back to the beginning. It had reclining seats. So it's not the end of the world. You can just put our stand over, go back to one. This set's gonna take, I say that after we're already 19 minutes in. It should take like 2.5 hours. So, for anyone who made it into 19 minutes, well, you don't know. No, I don't know why. I was about to say, oh, you scroll down to this far and it will be done. I'm like, no, they're just gonna look at the little viewfinder to tell them. The amount of people that just pop onto this video and just go to the end, many. Legion. There are legion. Okay, let me get this over. So, I saw that, and I also saw Thunderbolts. That was a decent movie. It's not your standard. Thunderbolts not your standard Marvel movie. It's a little bit. It's a lot darker. A lot more thought into it. But it was nice. I enjoyed it. I didn't pay for that one, though. Being free helps. What the heck? What kind of instruction is this? Uh-oh. That's not where that goes, honestly. I enjoyed that one. I don't know why this week was the week that I watched all these things, but if I was going to recommend, I don't know, it depends on what you want to do, why you want to see it. Thunderbolts, it deals a lot with mental health, so if you're not in the mood for that, don't watch it. It's a more serious movie. They do have some light moments in it. I enjoyed it. I know it wasn't a great big hit, but partially, I gotta say, movies are so expensive now, especially because you're already paying for your streaming packages if you actually pay for them. I don't have one. But, for the people that actually pay, but you're already paying for your streaming service, and then they also want you to go spend, $20 a person to go see a movie. Like, why? You're already spending, what, $20 a month on streaming at least? At least? Depending on how many you have and how fancy of a thing it is. Like, who's going to do that? Like, are you insane? That's just being greedy. Just greediness. But they do it all the time. That's just not that. In all honesty, Thunderbolts isn't available to watch in streaming yet, but it will be fairly soon. So why bother to go see a movie in the theater when you can watch it on streaming, on whatever platform you use, fairly quickly? You don't need to go to the theater. You can make your popcorn or eat whatever food you want in your PJs on your own couch in front of your own TV. Nowadays, people have nice TVs, although one could argue the reason why I don't like Avatar. I watch that on my computer. My God, I don't know how many 17 inches is my computer screen. Fancy, I know. But that's how much I cared. I don't have the attention span for that. But, why, when you spend all that money, would you go to the movie theater and watch it? Like, that's ridiculous. I just being dumb. But I watched that. If I had to choose between Thunderbolts and Fantastic Four, which one would I watch? I think I would watch Thunderbolts more again. Honestly, that was a hard one. Here I'm thinking about it. I was actually looking at the instructions too. That had some pretty amusing moments. Not that Fantastic Four wasn't good, but the story was decent. It was fairly good clip. It was fine. I just, I don't know. It just, something about it was missing. There's something missing. I mean, obviously, from all the streamers I watched on YouTube that talked about it, I guess, like all movies these days, because you couldn't just have a good script to start with and just do a few tweaks at the end to make, for the things that just didn't work when you did film them. No, we have a half-assed script to start with, and then we just keep butchering it over and over again. This film got cut up and destroyed, and you can sometimes tell there's something missing. It's always weird when you're watching a project and you're like, hey, where is this scene? Like, how did we get here? I feel like I'm missing something. You have that moment where you're like, I don't understand. You totally skipped it. How did I? Skills. When you get to a scene, you're like, I don't understand. Like, where's these things? So, for example, in Avatar, everybody that watches this is going to have seen Avatar. In the movie, you sometimes when they're in their human forms and they're running around talking to each other in the first one, like when Michelle Rodriguez shows up and he's all buddy-buddy with her and they're fast friends, I feel like we're missing the scene where they meet each other and then they become friends. Like, how did they meet? Like, there's a whole bunch of those scenes that they cut out. I'm like, you cut these out for eye candy, but I was like, wait, did I miss something? I did not fast forward in the first one, but it takes you out of the film when you do that. So every time you do that, it's very jarring. Whether you notice, whether you just feel like, hey, what's wrong, like something's off, or whatever it may be, it throws you, and then you're distracted out from the plot. It's not good. It's not good, kids. It's not good. Um, if I could still, obviously with Avatar, I just watched it, so that's why I remember it. But you shouldn't have those moments. It should be more seamless from one scene to the next. They all go together in some way. There should be something there, and you're just left confused. Not confused enough to rewind to see if you missed something. But you got to really be careful. They should flow together. It should make sense. It should make sense. That you get their friendship, you care about the characters more if you've planted those seeds from the beginning. Probably not the best way to explain it. But it was, it was weird. It was just really weird. Who knows? It's the other thing I watched. So, originally, a couple weeks ago, I started watching the first episode of season 2 of Sandman, and I didn't get into it. One, because I was watching it with my sister, and she'd never even seen the first season. She had no idea what was going on. Second, the beginning of this show was just weird. But, unfortunately, the whole entire show is that way. Which is worse. The last episode, I was like, yeah, we could have skipped this. We could have just made this the episode before 10 minutes longer and watched it. I was so bored. The amount I fast forwarded through the last episode, like, oh no. Like that, especially, it doesn't help. I knew, the show had been canceled. There will be no season after this one. You kind of get the inkling that they were trying to set it up for another one after this, and I wasn't having it at all. You just set him on there like that? There's a gap in between them. Why would you do that? Don't ask questions. Yeah. I feel like the problem with Sandman is that the first season was unique the way it was shot. It's very enthralling, very mesmerizing. It drew you in more. So the second season, I'm pretty sure I've watched the first season more than once. I've already blocked it. I'm pretty sure I watched it more than once. But in the second season, it just, you've already seen it all. So you're kind of just, it's not as mesmerizing. I also feel like when you cut to the past to explain things, whatever, it's not as mesmerizing as you would wish it to be. I was disappointed. Although, even though I was disappointed, I did make it all the way to the end of the show. Did I watch it all in one day? No. Because it was like 7 episodes. Oh, that might have been. Whatever it may be, the problem with binging, I don't know if anybody does this, but sometimes you binge too much and you OD on the show and you're like, I can't. Like, it's too much for whatever reason. You're like, I need to take a break from you. We've spent too much time together. We're going to need to, take a little bit of time off and then come back to finish it. I was able to finish the whole entire show. Yes, I fast forward to the last episode. But I was like, I don't care about everybody's talking. I didn't want to listen to them talk anymore. Yeah, that's right. That's all I got to say. The show is very talky. It is a very deep show. It is well written. It is very deep. It's got some good lessons to teach people. The one thing that the last episode did teach that everyone should learn for any show or movie, anything you write ever. Spoilers for the Sandman season 2, but some of the characters die in the second to last episode. So after they're dead, there's a new, man, total spoilers. I just realized I'm going to give it all away. There's a new Dream the Endless after the original. When Morpheus dies, there's a new Dream the Endless that takes his place. So he has an heir. So the heir takes his place. So the heir takes his place, and he's trying to figure out what he should do, and he realizes that he can resurrect some of the people that died in the episode before that one. So he resurrects one, and he's all excited to come back. No, he resurrects a couple. But he gets on to the last one he goes to resurrect. He brings him back, and he's like, hey, no, I died. If you bring me back, then my death has no meaning. It's worthless. Like, you can't do that. It's up to you to make your new story. You can't just keep bringing me back. You have to go do something new. And that's something all storytellers should know, because it does. You know, there's nothing worse. It's very rarely that you bring a character back from the dead and it ends well. Like, Buffy is the rare exception to the rule. It takes away from the sacrifice they made, you know, how heart-wrenching it was when they died. It just takes away from them. And it's not good for the show. It's not, or the movie. It's not good for the story at all. Like, yeah, we miss them. Yeah, it sucks. Bringing them back is not the answer. You need to grieve and move on and start anew. You need to keep going. Like, bringing them back is almost like going backwards. It's not a good thing. It won't be the same as it was before. And also, if death is meaningless, that it just takes away, that means that from then on, anytime a character dies, you're just going to assume they're going to bring them back. So you're not going to be as scared for the lives of people. Like, yes, it sucks when they die, but it's necessary. It's part of the story. You know, to die is to be human. It's necessary. It sucks. It's necessary. So, like we're finally going to segue back into what we've been doing this entire time. Like in Serenity, when Wash dies, it's terrible. It sucks. But you can't bring them back. You can't bring any of them back. Because dying is a part of it. Like, it happens. They were in a super dangerous, place. Unfortunately, he died. It sucks. But, bring him back, then it ruins it. It ruins it. No matter how much you want him to be. Just because you want them to come back doesn't mean they should. I feel like I didn't explain that well. But it is true. Like, you just don't. Like, I guess there's sometimes when story, if they're immortal or whatever, fine. But, you can't have high stakes all the time and nobody dies. It's just not, or only the side characters die. Like, oh, look, a new person got brought in to die so that our main character with their plot armor can just keep on rolling through. I'm like, can we not? There's only so many sacrificial lambs that you can bring in. You're like, could you please stop sacrificing random people? I'm going to need you to kill one of the main characters. I don't like it. I don't like it when the innocent characters die. Just for plot devices. Like, you literally brought that person in just to kill them. To move the plot forward. Because you didn't want to kill your main characters. It's annoying. It annoys me. Oh my gosh. But yeah, so I watched that. Before I watched Avatar, I just remembered a whole other movie. I watched Guardian Galaxy 3. That was a boring movie. People said it was good. I mean, it's okay. But, I don't know. I guess with all things, sometimes the reason I don't like things is because I'm just not feeling it. I mean, obviously I chose to watch it. I got all the way through it. It was okay. It wasn't great. It wasn't bad. It just was. Which that one too, I don't know if it's just me today, but yet again, you're like, hey, how did we get here? I'm like, man, look, plot device number 74, just to keep the plot moving. I'm like, oh no. Oh no. So tedious, so tedious. I just Although, something I did watch that I enjoyed was Venom. I probably watched the Venom series because it was recommended to me by one of my viewers. And I was like, sure, if ever I get the chance, I'll watch it. So I got the chance. I was like, sure, I'll watch them. So I got all 3 of them. I didn't buy them. Yet again, I'm cheap, okay? Cheap. But I did watch them, and I enjoyed them. I found them very amusing. I'm not a huge fan of gore that much. I don't like people being ripped apart and stuff like that. I think that's why I hadn't watched it until then, because, Venom eats people. So, not keen on that part of it. But I was pleasantly surprised on how funny it is. Venom calling him a loser all the time. I think his name is Brock. Is that the main character's name? But Venom constantly calling him a loser, hilarious. I enjoyed it immensely. For whatever reason, there you go. Absolutely enjoyed it. I cried when Venom died. Yet again, I just spoil everything. Man, if you haven't seen these things, my bad. My bad. Just forget it by the time you watch it. I don't know how that's going to work out for you, but I was pleasantly surprised how much I enjoyed it. Obviously, I watched all 3 films in a short period of time. Where is that piece? I didn't watch them all on the same day because I think I watched 1 and 2 yesterday, and I got halfway through 3 before I went to bed. I think that's right. Yeah, because they were going to Vegas when I went to bed. Because it was late. I was tired. Well, I fell asleep, and when I woke up, I turned it off, and I was like, we just watch it tomorrow. Then I had to go back. The standard where you have to try to figure out where the hell you fell asleep. Man. I didn't fall asleep because it was boring. I fell asleep because it was late. It was late. I shouldn't have started the 3rd one, but I was like, we can start it. We'll see if I'm awake enough to watch it to the end. I was not. Because, yet again, you can just watch it the next day. No harm, no foul. It's the perk of watching things at home. You don't have to, if it's in the movie theater, you spent all that money. If you fall asleep, it's not like you can rewind that crap. You're in trouble. Stand suppressed. But yes, I thoroughly enjoyed it. Some of it's kind of ridiculous, but, I liked it. I was genuinely surprised. I also thought, because I hadn't seen it, I thought that his love interest died, and that's why she wasn't in the 3rd movie. I was pleasantly surprised to realize she lived. Shocked. Shocked, I tell you, shocked. But, yes. I thoroughly enjoyed it. But yeah, I watched a shit ton of stuff lately. Shit ton of stuff. I finally found things worth watching that I would actually finish. This is a shocker. Shocker for everyone. I do love me binging a show. You just gotta find something worth binging, which is hard to do of late, because you have to actually find something you want to watch that much of. Which, easier said than done. Sometimes you win, sometimes you lose. Sometimes you start watching it, and, in the first episode, you're like, yeah, you're gonna need to stop this. You're not paying attention. You don't care. You tuned out 10 times. We're not doing it. This isn't gonna work. We can come back later and do it again if we care. If we care. Yeah. I just realized I started watching something and I don't. The problem I have partially when I start to watch things is I'm a completionist. Number 1, I want to watch everything, and number 2, if it's something I'd already started watching and it's been a little while, I'm always like, you should start from the beginning. I'm like, you're never gonna finish if you just keep starting from the beginning every single time. So I started from the beginning watching The Rookie, and I was like, really? It's in like season number 46. You're starting from the beginning. You're literally just watching the episodes you've already seen. You're never going to make it. How far did I make it this time? I think episode 3. Because it just occurred to me that where I'm watching it, it doesn't save your history. I mean, I guess I could search my own history. It'll be on there. But it doesn't save where you've been. It's not going to tell me what episode I stopped at, nor is it ever going to remember, where you stopped. So if you stop in the middle of an episode, it's not going to tell you where you stopped. The things I do to myself. Is that a cat? Okay. Ridiculous. That's all on me. I do these things to myself. And now I need my last of those. But yeah, I was in a binging mood. Never mind, I was gone all last weekend. So it's not like I was binging when I was supposed to be streaming. No. I literally wasn't there. I wasn't here. So I couldn't stream. Could not. Just having way too much fun playing euchre and fun stuff like that. So no door. Feeling the awesome questions that come from a family get together. How's your life going? What is your job? All those fun things. All the scrutiny. It's always fun. Always fun. But never have liked attention, so not keen at all. How do I not? As always, what do we do if we can't find a piece? We keep going, put in the other pieces, and then come back and see if it magically appears while we're putting these in. I can't find it. But it's always fun when you're gone, however long you're gone from home, and you get home, you get to sleep in your own bed. Back enjoying life. Which, I went to this family get together, and where we were staying at the last night in one of the houses, the AC went out. It gave up. Okay, there was too many people going inside and outside the house, and it was like, I don't want to do this anymore. So they're all like, oh, we can't possibly sleep here tonight. It's 81 degrees. And I looked at them, and I'm like, I'm not going to say anything, because, my apartment, usually, unless it's super hot, if it gets into the 90s, I do shut the windows and turn the AC on. But no, usually I just cook. I have my cooling blanket, which works really, really well. If you can find one, they work great. I use that thing year round. If you never want to wake up too hot and in that pool of sweat because you got too hot, cooling blanket. It's the best thing ever. The best thing ever. Year round. Automatically, constantly keeps you cool as possible. Good stuff. It was so funny. They were all moving to the other house, trying to stay cool, and I was like, oh, 81, that doesn't sound too bad. Although I don't know why they didn't pop the windows open, because I would have done that. Oh, I found the piece I was looking for last time. Good. But, I did not say that. I mean, because it's not because I'm too cheap to pay for the AC. It's just, I like the fresh air. I prefer it. I'll take it. That, and sometimes it's just being stubborn. It's being obstinate. Like, you're just being obstinate for being obstinate. That, and I have a fan that I will put on me to keep me cool if it's super hot. Yet again, honestly, anybody's watching this, and you hear that weird noise in the background, that is a bug that is outside. If I could kill it, I would. I would. I really would. Not nice at all. But, yeah, I just... But yeah, so we're building the Firefly Serenity set. I have saved this for last because this is what I intend it to be displayed. Where it will go, I assume it's going to go next to the best set I own, which is the Indiana Jones Golden Idol set, and then the Treebeard alternate build, also known as the most popular video I have. where everybody hops to the end to see what it looks like. See, had I made my thumbnail the picture of the actual done set, nobody would click on my video. So huzzah. Yeah, you have to click on it to get to the end to look at it, okay? Watch as I struggle to figure out how to make it work. It happened. Why are you yawning? It's not even that late. What's wrong with you? But yes, because I already have a Millennium Falcon, if you watched the video where I put the actual Millennium Falcon set together, I had the other ones so you could put them next together to each other to see how big they were. And it was clearly much, the one I have that's already together is much, much bigger than this one's supposed to be, which is why I wasn't really heartbroken to not have two of them. Like, why do you need two displayed? I don't know. Now, I will admit, when I looked at the big Millennium Falcon, I did look at that and think, ooh, that would be nice. And then I'm like, you don't have room for that? Number one. Number two, that is like $850. No. No, you're not. Sometimes you have things you want. It's a want, not a need. A want. That's a want. The second I buy that thing, I will just be so anxious and whatever. Like, obviously, if I were to buy that, I would first have the money for it. But it would just, yeah, no. I don't need to put myself through that much stress for a Lego set. It's fine. It's fine. I will live without it. If I win the lottery, which I never play, I will definitely buy that set. But until then, the set I want that's up before that one is the Sand Crawler. I want it so bad. But I bought this Millennium Falcon set because I knew the Firefly instructions existed, and that's what I wanted it for. I didn't want another Millennium Falcon. I wanted Serenity. Now, would it be super disappointing if it didn't look good? Yes. But we've already built... How am I not fine? We've already built numerous ones of these. Am I finding the same ones that I've already done and not scrolled down? You know what? We're not talking about that. So, I've been trying to put the same one. No wonder I can't find it. Nailed it. I've been waiting to put this one together. I put all the other ones. They did look nice. They were great. I enjoyed it. They had a multi-pack, where you can buy all the sets together, which is where I bought it because I wanted to make all the different ones. Then, if the day ever came that if I don't like this one, I can build the other ones. I highly doubt that I won't like it, purely because I enjoyed all the other ones made by the same person that did this one. So I'd be shocked if this doesn't turn out well. The picture looks really nice. As always, Firefly is much beloved by sci-fi fans everywhere. It's a great story with lots of great multifaceted characters that you all enjoy. It's always great in a TV show that you watch when the characters make decisions that make sense to their character. It's not to drive the story forward, but it's because that's what they would actually do. They're multifaceted human characters. I do like me some broken characters that need some fixing or need to come to terms with things. I enjoy that immensely. So, where is the... I need those. We're killing it. It's because I got extra pieces earlier. So one drawback of doing streams with Legos is that to talk and to put the Legos together at the same time is much harder for Legos than it is for jigsaw puzzles, because jigsaw puzzles doesn't really require much. I actually caught it. It doesn't actually require a lot of brain power to put it together. Like, I can talk and do the two puzzles at the same time, fine. Unless you get something super confusing, it's fine. Which, if ever you watch any of those streams, I'll go on and on and on, debating on how to organize it while I'm doing it. Like, it's a whole thing. Like, that's how my brain flies. Like, that's how it works. how it goes. For the love of Pete, go find a different one. As always, if you can't find it, go look for a different piece. Put the ones in you can find, and then come back and see if you can't dig that thing up. Where's one? Later. Like, I know the piece exists. That's not the issue, because I threw it in here. Where's the other halvesy? But Legos require extra whatever, which makes it harder for me, which is a bummer. With that, eventually you'll get in that point where you're too focused and then you don't talk at all. At least I do. Where does this go? Oh, does it go here and then this one go on top of it? Yet again, I know what you're thinking. I can't see the picture. How the hell would I know? Well, you know, take my word for it. Sure. Do a quick check to see if this piece will magically appear. As always, this is one of those pieces, there's only one of them. So, crabby crap. Only one. There we go. Odd man out. That is those. We just scrolled to the same page. This is going to be a problem for us. And by us, I mean me. It's going to be a problem for me. Like, I'll scroll down, but the mouse will go down, but it won't actually scroll down. Gosh, you know what? Sometimes, I don't know if anybody else does this. You know when you explain things and you get done with it and you're like, now I'm confused. That was horrible. That was horrible. But I'll scroll down on the mouse. It'll act like it's doing it, but it just kind of swiveled and it ended up on this, it just squiggled a little bit and it's still on the same spot it was before. And you have to check to see, hey, did it actually move or did it just psych you out and not actually do anything? It keeps psyching me out and not doing anything. It's fighting me the whole way. And how did these get away from the spot they were supposed to be in? Did you? You know what? Fighting it the whole way. I'll need one of those, right? Yes. But yeah, I've seen Firefly many times. Because obviously it's a fairly old show. It was great. And it's short. You know, the shorter a show is, the more you can watch the episodes. Because you can burn through them fairly quickly. But it's very well written. You know, like, oh, what it could have been. But I'm not actually super disappointed it wasn't longer. Because, you know, the more episodes you have, the more chances it is, you know, it goes to shit. I mean, yes, Joss Whedon is a great writer, you know. He's done a good job many times with shows. Yes, he has a scandal, but that's what separate the two, you know. I'm very much, what did he actually do? That's going to determine whether or not I'm going to cancel him and never look at anything they ever do again. That, and always remember, kids, he's not the only one that worked on those shows. You know, he wrote it. Were those characters flawed? No. Then he got his money. He got his bank. He's got millions. I dare say his wife didn't take it all when she divorced him, so he's not hurting. I wouldn't be surprised if he eventually writes something under a pseudonym and has somebody else release it. No, not at all. But everybody's so damn judgy these days. Like, it just depends. If they had the big scandal about the Hulk Hogan thing, he's dead, for fuck's sakes. He's dead. Like, he didn't murder someone. I'm going to need you to hold it. You stop with the hate. Did he say something really hateful? Sure. But they're words. They're words. Actions speak louder than words. It's an actual thing. Did he do something? Physically harm someone? Because in the end, all of us are humans. All of us. And all of us make mistakes. And now we live in an era where everything you've ever said and done is saved for all eternity, it's not good, kids. And the younger generation that grew up with this shit, you're doomed, man. I mean, good luck. I'm happy to say that I don't really post on any social media. Like my Facebook, I haven't posted on there in years. Like I've had the same picture of a cute, adorable little creature for years and years and years. I don't know. I've never really felt the need to post things. Number one, because I just assume nobody gives a shit. Because why would you give a shit? And number two, like, no. I've learned this is a bad idea. Especially if you're really angry. Before you post, take a beat. Sit on it for a little bit. Go touch grass. And what I mean by this, you don't have to literally touch grass. Go do something else. Stop thinking about that specific thing you were thinking about. Go do something else. Decompress. Get your mind out of the terrible headspace you're currently in when you wrote whatever the hell you were writing. And then come back. And see then if you can be slightly more objective. Because check yourself before you wreck yourself is totally a thing, and I'm going to need you to do it. Because kids nowadays, they don't stop to think, hey, how can this screw me over later on in life? Because they be doing stupid shit. And it is stupid. I'm just keeping it real. It is stupid. Man, I don't know how these things go. But yeah, stop and think about it first. Wait, why is it this way? Oh. The one that fell behind. Oh, that's not right. Don't even ask. You know what? Yet again, oh no, that is not right. Son of a, it was right the other. I'm really bad at when you look at the picture and try to visualize it in your head how it's supposed to sit. I have serious issues with this. Now, does it sit this way or this way? Yet again, you can't see it. It goes like this. I have great skills, okay? And by great skills, I'm struggling. Struggling something fierce. But we got it together and I just broke it apart. I feel like that's perfect timing to say we got it together and to immediately break it. Oh, jeez. You know? But yeah, it boggles the mind when you see what people post on the internet. And like, you do realize other people are going to read this, right? There are these things are called consequences. They will get to you eventually. One way or the other, they will find you. Is that a 3 or a 2? Or a 4? I think it's a 3. Oh, shoot. Yeah. But yeah, it's entertaining to see it on the internet. You know, people ripping each other apart for the stupid shit they said back in the day. But it's also ridiculous. Yeah. Go back to Firefly, since I keep going off and on this entire time, back and forth. You already got that one. Just keep going back and forth. How does this, the 4, the halvesy, this weird elbow, the piece you didn't bother to get, the 3, couldn't find it. Killing it today, killing it. The other piece you couldn't be bothered to get because you didn't realize you're supposed to be looking for it. Is that it? Yeah, let's see if we can find the 3 again. I've seen Firefly numerous times. I like all the characters. It was great to watch them, have them come back in Serenity, the movie. You know, I'm happy that they were able to bring them back and finish that storyline. It's so rare to have a show. Oh gosh, how does this go on there? You know what? This. Like this? Oh. Yet again, you can't see it. It's fine. It just sits together like that? Really? That's what we're doing today? And that one piece, that's all we got? Oh my gosh. Okay. That's, I need to, oh, like this? Haha! Nailed it. Skills. I like to put on, you can't tell that in the picture. But that makes sense then. I really enjoyed it. I'm glad it had it done. I did not read the comics. There are comics that go after the movies. I know they exist, but that's pretty much how it goes. Not a huge comic person. I've read a few, but no. Usually for that, if I'm really gung-ho about it, I'll read a wiki on it. It'll tell me what happened. I don't have to read it. How dedicated I am. Also, you know, a lot of the ones that have comics, if they're bigger names, then you have the different storylines. You know, the different versions of the characters. So, like, when X-Men came out, you know, I read some of those comics. But the problem is you have all those different storylines. Like, they changed up. They changed it's just weird. I don't like multiverse. Multiverse is the worst. How do you kill a story in 5 seconds? Multiverse. Done. Just done. Because, yet again, in a multiverse, that's when death has no meaning. If death has no meaning, then death is meaningless and it's just trash. You know, you can kill any character, bring them back again. What was the point? Like, why do we care? We're just doing this shit again. No, I don't like it. Oh, you already have this one. Does it go this way or this way? I say when you have no idea because you can't see it. You know what? It's skill, okay? Skill. This one. Sit. Nope. Oh. You know what? We're killing it today. Killing it. There's that one. And I'm supposed to have a 4. I already put that one in. Oh, so I have all the pieces now. I'm really paying attention. So this is why, and the worst of the worst. I have to find more of these. Don't tell me I need another. I'm like, hey, we need another 3. Remember when we had all that trouble trying to find a 3 before? You couldn't get it? I'm like, oh yeah, I gotta get those going. Oh look, I got 3. Nope. So I'm very much complete when it comes to the world of Firefly. Like, obviously, you can keep going, and they do have that in some form on the internet. The joy of the time in which we live, even if you don't have an official storyline, I'm sure there's people out there writing fan fiction, and not all of them are ridiculous. Well, sometimes they are. What? Did we not have a 3 like I found last time? Don't talk about it. Don't think about it. Last time I found it. Oh, there we go. And then all my time I spend trying to figure out what goes. Man. Like, where is it? Okay. As always, put the thing exactly like it is on the in the picture because I can't tell. I feel like this has to have a word for it where I struggle with that. Maybe this is why the one math I did worst was geometry. Lost on me. Lost on me. Ugh. Which, now that I've given up talking about Firefly and Serenity, at the family get-together, they were asking if I liked 3D puzzles. So, I only ever in all my life had one 3D puzzle. I think I burned it, okay? Could it be a collector's item today? Probably not, but maybe. It was the Millennium Falcon. It was a 3D puzzle. And it took me days to put it together. It was super difficult. It was my first 3D puzzle. It was gigantic. It's the Millennium Falcon. You can imagine. It was a big deal. It took forever to put it together. It took me so long and so much effort putting into it. I had dreams. Oh, this is a disaster. My dreams would all of a sudden in the middle of your dream, all of a sudden, your dream would start to, the lines of a jigsaw puzzle would go through it, and then the pieces started coming out in my dreams. Because I was doing the puzzle for so long trying to get it together. Oh, for the love of Pete, why won't you sit? What's wrong? Why aren't you happy? The other side went in. Oh, I say that and I pop the other side out. Can we not? Let's not do this. It's okay. Sit. Sit. It doesn't like it. Oh, this piece is in the way. Well, that's a good sign. You know. Okay. Okay. Everybody's mad. Everybody's mad. We gotta stroll to fix this. But yeah, so when the dream started breaking up, it was really weird. That's not right. It was really weird. But I put a lot of effort into that. Okay, that's this side. And this side is this one. Okay. Why are we having so much trouble with this? Okay, there's that. But yeah, so the problem with the Millennium Falcon puzzle, as I struggle to put this piece in, I gotta put the other side in too. And do we remember which side this went on? No. Shit. I think it goes on this side. Because I had the dreams where they just started ripping apart, it was a hot mess, okay? Sit. No, this piece is in my way. This piece is in my way. Because it's stuck on it. Okay. How did I get the other side in then? You know. But yeah, so the Millennium Falcon obviously, oh shit. Okay, kids. I need to look at the bottom of this to see if it's weird. Is not flat. So for a 3D puzzle, it kind of... Here, let's look at this without the thing on there. Yeah. Oh. That's how we do it incorrectly. Aren't we proud? Now it's going to fit. Yet again, how does this go in there? Skills. Pay attention better. Now it'll sit in there and that piece isn't in the way. Well, yet again, whose fault is it? It's mine. I did it wrong. But yeah, I don't remember how many pieces the Millennium Falcon 3D puzzle was. But you got it together at the end. I do not glue my puzzles together. And because of this, it didn't stay together. It did have a stand. So if you put it on the stand, it kind of stayed together on its own. And it just sat in a room for a long time. Are we not? Oh, that's just telling you how to put the piece in. But yeah, eventually it burned. I don't want to keep it. I didn't want to lug it around. It was gigantic. Like, I probably should have kept it. I think that falls onto the category. Sometimes you get rid of stuff and you're like, man, you should have kept that. But you're like, why? Like, you're not using it. I mean, you probably could have given it away or sold it, but you weren't using it. What the hell is this for? Oh, for one side, maybe? Oh. To lock this in. Oh, this is going to end well. 10% rule, kids. Okay. Ah, got it. Okay. But yeah, it was when you have dreams where your dreams split into puzzle pieces and come apart. Like, it'd be one thing if it went together, but for it to come apart, that's messed up. Messed up, kids. Messed up. Why is it on the bottom like that? That's just weird. But, and it's also, it's odd to me that I would have that dream about it, but I've done puzzles for longer than that now. I don't know if it's because that one puzzle gave me so many fits, but I've done like the 4,000 piece puzzle that took, I don't know, like the first time I did it took like 45 hours. Obviously I didn't do it straight. But, you know, where the hell does this go? Like, where does this go? I don't know. I can't find it. Why that one puzzle caused me so much trouble, I don't know. I'm like, wait, it was super hard. It was displayed in my room, which means I have pictures. Pictures I took with an actual camera and used actual film on. So there's a film from my childhood bedroom. Because when I was a kid, when I was a teenager, we moved from the regular house to the summer house. It's called the summer house because it was the house down the road. That was bought for the land, not for the house. But whatever. When we moved to the summer house, the room I was in before that, which technically would have been the master bedroom, but it was on the second floor. My parents didn't want the second floor bedroom. How I got the master bedroom? You know what? I'm the youngest, honestly. I didn't have it always. Originally, the master bedroom, the biggest one, was my oldest sister's bedroom. But, you know, they went to school, they moved out, things like that. And eventually, I got it by saying I wanted it, and I don't think my other sister fought me for it. I don't know. I don't remember how that went out. Like, I could be wrong, but I believe she didn't say anything, and I said I wanted it, and that's how that worked out. And I can imagine she'd be annoyed by that. I'm going to say she probably is annoyed by that. I would understand why. But anyway, so I have the master bedroom. There was a reason for the story. And I covered all the walls with pictures from magazines and pictures I printed off the internet at school on their computer. Man, the amount of ink that I used, I got in trouble for that. Printing off pictures, I loved movies, watching movies, hearing, the tidbits about what was coming out in the future, watching trailers for movies on the T1 line because that was the fancy super fast internet when I was in high school. But I bought a lot of magazines and I would rip out pictures or ads for movies and things that I liked. And I covered every wall, and the ceiling was covered in posters. So I had all that stuff covered, and I knew I had to rip it all down. So I took pictures of everything before I ripped it apart. And I did originally, I saved a lot of the pictures that I liked, and I put them in binders. But I think I brought those with me when I moved out. But I eventually went through and you whittled it down smaller and smaller until you eventually got rid of it. Yeah, because sometimes you become attached to things. You can't just get rid of it all right away. It takes a little bit of work to let it go. I imagine I still have some of them. Like I have, when I did the Stargate set, and I had the Stargate binder with all the Stargate trading cards, because I like trading cards too. I do have some Firefly, but like one pack or whatever. Anyways, at the end of that binder, I had paper ads from some magazine for Stargate and Farscape in the back of it, because I still had them. So I just put them in the binder with those. Because, you already have a Stargate binder, you might as well put it in it. No harm, no foul. It's like one page, who cares? Oh no, it's more than one page, that's not true. But I really loved it. Man, the things you get into when you're a kid, it was much simpler times. It was good. It was good. It was good. I enjoyed it. Back then, I watched so many movies. Like every weekend on like Sunday, you would take the trip to the big city because we lived in the middle of nowhere. And I'd go see, I'd go to Target, and you'd go to the clearance aisle and see if there was any clearance Star Wars toys to buy. And then if there was clearance stores, you'd buy them. And then you'd go to the movie theater And then you'd have your double header where you'd pay for one, go in and watch it, and then you would leave and go to the next one. I mean, of course I didn't pay for the second one. Are you insane? No, you didn't pay for it. It's very bad of me. I know. But you'd have your double header and all the movies you watched. It amazes me how many movies I watched as a teenager in the movie theater, especially since the first movie I saw in the movie theater was Star Wars. The special editions came out in '97. That was the first movie I saw in theater, which it was a full family affair. We all went. Well, all of us that still lived at home. So the older siblings didn't live at home at the time, so they wouldn't be there for that. But we all went, like, finished milking the cows early, went to, like, the 8 o'clock showing, which took some doing because, because we lived in the middle of nowhere, you had to drive to the theater. I hope you get seats. And they did not. We tried to, when the special editions came out, they had where you could pre-sale. So we tried to do pre-sailing, but our theater was too damn small for that. Man, the biggest theater in the theater I went to for that movie is probably the smallest screen any theater you go to now. That's how big it was. But we did get in on opening night because we couldn't buy it. The whole family went. We got in opening night. Everybody was spread apart because we couldn't get together because, you were that late. You kind of just got whatever seat you got. My dad was behind me, and we were right next to the gigantic speakers in the wall. So, at what point did you go deaf? Very early. Man, the first time a TIE fighter comes by, zoom, zoom, man. There goes your ears. We're done here. Done. But it was so exciting because it's the first movie you see in the theater. It's Star Wars. It's opening night. The crowd is insane. Like, I don't know how I would ever be able to top that movie watching experience. But at some point, towards the end of the movie, I turned around to look at my dad to see what he was doing. He fell asleep, which I just found hilarious. I mean, he had a hard day. He was working hard. He was never a huge sci-fi fan. I don't know if he watched Firefly or not. I think he would enjoy it. It's his type of show. We did all of us watch Stargate together. But he would never, I don't think he would ever like Farscape. So sci-fi light, sure. Sci-fi heavy, absolutely not. But he went. We did the whole experience. Something memorable. Something I'll never forget. But, yeah. How we got to that from Firefly, that's how my brain works, okay? That's literally how my brain works. That's a linear thought in my head right there. Linear. That was a straight up story. It made perfect sense to me. Perfect sense. But, the simpler, better times. Where in the hell? Where does this one go? Where do those two go? Okay. This one goes here. Oh, okay. I was like, I don't understand where that other piece goes. This is because you're only supposed to have one of the grill, not two, smarty. Yet again, talking and getting pieces at the same time, a little bit iffy. A little bit iffy. I think this is the back end of the Firefly, but no guarantees on that because how would I know? I've never put it together before. Well, that, and I just realized I like to hook my foot on the leg of the table. I don't know, I feel like it's shaking the table, in which case I'd like to apologize if it's currently shaking the table. It's not intentional. Oh, look, the grippies are there. Oh, I'm kind of happy that I miraculously put those in the right spot because I'd be kind of annoyed if I had to fix this. I'm just saying. Well, I could probably fix it fairly easy, but that goes there, and then 2 of these. Give it. I just nailed it. I was gonna say I don't have that big of a piece. That's because it's a little one. At least the bugs have quieted down. For whatever reason, like last week it was super hot. Towards the beginning of the week. Dang it, shook the whole camera again. The problem is when I shake the camera, I can't get it to stop without just letting it do its thing. My bad. I'm sorry. It was super hot. Oh yes, this is the end of the thing. Lately, like I got up to like heat index, whatever, was over 100. And then the next day, you're like, hey, what's the high today? They're like 75. You're like, what the shit? Here I am activating the heat, and now they're like, now it's just cold. No, it's just really cold. Why is it cold? I don't know. Oh. Okay. It's the problem I had last time. And by last time, I mean, when I put the Millennium Falcon together, the hardest part I had was getting, this. Get on there. There we go. On the thing. Oh, this side's going to be much, much worse. Much, much worse. Get on there. Oh, for hell's sakes. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. There we go. There we go. How's that? Yay! Skills. It's the fastest time ever. Oh, look, more pieces I gotta put on top. Great. Where's those? Oh, crap. Don't draw blood. Okay. Step number 5062. It's not true, but psychology. Just duck. Oh yeah, I forgot. There's a whole other thing I watched because I watched a bazillion things lately. I watched K-pop Demon Hunters. That's a great movie. I highly recommend for anybody who hasn't watched it yet. You will enjoy it. It's a well done movie. It's got some great songs in it. I even added one to my playlist. I enjoyed it so much. Only one of them though. I put Golden on my playlist. Not the others. Not to say the others aren't good, but Golden is much more is the best of the lot. So that's one of them. But I enjoyed it immensely. I also enjoy the fact that I told my sister to watch it. And her dog enjoyed it. She never did say if she liked it, but she said the dog liked it. So I guess one vote for yes is good enough. If the dog is mesmerized the whole time you're watching a movie, that's some skills. I don't know why. It has to be the sound, I would assume. Maybe it has an underlying tone underneath it to mesmerize the dogs. Maybe that's it. Maybe that's why. Would I be surprised? No. Why, thank you, Amber Walsh. Are you having a great night tonight? Here to watch me put together Serenity? Oh no, don't put that piece on there. As I talk about something completely different. Did you watch K-pop Demon Hunters? It's completely on point for what we're doing right now, but or we could talk about, yes, did you enjoy it too? What's your favorite song? You don't know? Do you remember any of the names? See, the only reason I would know the name to Golden is because I had to look it up to put it on my playlist. That's the only reason. I'm not great with songs and things like that. Like that, and I'm not into K-pop either. So, now, did you, while watching the movie, because I did, I looked at that and I was like, man, I look at that, they better have made like some sort of toy of that cat creature, because I feel like people will enjoy it. People want like a plushie or some such of that cat. That's immediately what I thought of when I watched it. How is this even? The cute little plushie dog. Although it'd have to be gigantic, wouldn't it? Oh, jeez. Be expensive. How does this go on there? Honestly? Like this? You know what? I'm really bad at looking at pictures and figuring out how it goes. You think I'd be better at it since we're putting together Legos, but neither here nor there. Neither here nor there. But yeah. No, that's not where that goes. I don't know. The one drawback of putting it together when it's a MOC alternate is the instructions are sometimes a little bit more confusing than a regular one. I mean, obviously, you know, official Lego instructions put more time and money into it. Oh, you good at it? Have you ever done a MOC alternate build? Or something else? I mean, it's great. I don't know why I never really put much thought. I never really thought about it, think, oh, hey, maybe somebody has used these Lego pieces to make something else out of it. I think partially because, you know, you spend $7,000, not really, but you spend an absurd amount of money to buy a Lego set. You bought it for that specific, oh, you build customs? So are you smart? You can actually build, oh, see, I don't have those skills. I'm very much a read the instructions and do exactly what it tells me to. Like, I don't deviate ever. It's really sad. I'm kind of jealous. I wish I had those skills. I just don't. I follow instructions. But coming up with something new, where does that piece go? Oh, it goes right here. Oh, you build Titans. Now, do you build customs for other people or just for yourself? Because if you do build a custom, now do you post them? Like, I put the link. Oh, for the love of Pete, how does this go on there? You just put it on the other one. I put the link for, okay. Well, you don't have to necessarily be famous. So for this one that I'm building, I put the link to whoever, to the Rubricable.com where I bought the instructions for this one at. So definitely, if you build your own, I feel like they have some sort of application on the website itself. So you could make instructions, you could put them on there, and you could sell them. So if you make your own custom builds, you can post them on there if you haven't already and sell them to people. Because I paid for this one. I paid actual money. Like, I'm not saying you're going to make a huge amount of money, but if you already build it, you can make instructions and put them on the internet and somebody will buy them. Well, that's cool. But yeah, I don't have, I'm just not creative in that way. It's very disappointing. But it is cool to see other people's designs, to see what they can do, you know, to take specific pieces and make something out of it. You know, you're restricted by what you can use. You can't just use all the random pieces you have, but you have to use the ones from this one set to make it. Yeah, I imagine it should. Like, I wasn't even good at it, you know, free building, even when I was younger. It just was not, I don't know, it's just not my thing. I don't know. Is it this one? Honestly. Is it this point in the instruction where I need the little thing that tells you how is this supposed to be the long one or the little one? Is it the little one or the big one? We're going to say it's the little one. Sure. Like this? I feel like this is the tail. It's going to go like that. It looks right. Ugh. But, you know, I imagine you had fun, though, when you built it. Oh, there's another one on there. Pay attention to the instructions. When you finally get it done, it looks like what it's supposed to. That must be really exciting. I just don't have, my mind doesn't work. I don't know if it's three-dimensional, but my mind just doesn't work that way. It's completely lost. Especially because when I do these, I have to really pay attention. Wait, how does this go on there? Well, if your mind works that way, but obviously if you accomplish the task, if you got it done, then clearly you were able to do it. That must be super exciting. It has to take hours and hours and hours. Like the instructions I'm using for this one, I feel like he made from this one Millennium Falcon set, he made at least 20 different sets, like 20 different ships. I guess Oh, it's when you can't find a piece and you're like, I don't understand where we went wrong. My biggest thing, the thing that drives me the most nuts is when you have a little tiny piece like one of these and you're trying to figure out which color it is in the instructions. I can't do it. Like, which one is it? I can't tell, kids. I can't tell. Don't ask me for things but I don't understand. That's where I go wrong. But that's just because I don't make my own set. I imagine for you to try to fit one in, I can't remember which set it was that I made. I don't think it's this one. But I dropped one of the pieces on the floor, and you know full well where Legos go when you drop them on the floor. So I dropped it on the floor, couldn't find it, was moving around, moved everything around, kept going because it was an outside piece. I'm like, I'll get it later. Like, it's sitting on the floor somewhere. The floor is not dirty. I don't understand why I can't find it. So for the streams, I sit on a backless chair because my other chair squeaks. So when I was looking for the piece, I picked up the backless chair. Oh, crap. And I put it back down again. I took a piece off. And when I put it back down again, I stuck the piece to the bottom of the chair. And the bottom of the chair was the same color as the Lego piece. So here it was stuck to the bottom of the chair the entire time. And here I was just laying on the floor trying to find a piece. It was a fun time. That stream took a little bit longer than necessary. Oh, can we sit? Uh-oh. Skills. I'm a little bit. I think it's. Oh, for Pete's sakes. Oh, sometimes I feel like I need smaller hands or something because I can't sit. Okay, I got it. Sit like that. It does look like the end of the Firefly, though, although it looks like it's at an angle or something. What's wrong with it? No, it's fine. Oh, I just have it. The thing itself moves. That's fine. Oh, great. Which side's up? Okay. This one. And this one. No. Not going anywhere for a while. Wait, how does it? Oh, I got it. Oh, geez. Well, it's the end of the Firefly. Where's the... Oh, I hate it when it does this to me. How do we... I'm trying to see where it sits. Does that look right, or does it look... I think it's too high. Do we think it's too high? It doesn't... It's at the wrong angle. You can't tell if it's up. Yeah, I don't know. Should it be down one, or is that thing... Do we think it looks... I think it might... No. Because the picture doesn't show it from that angle. Who's going to go crazy? I'm going to go crazy. Maybe the... Here, I need to find the... I'm going to look through the pictures. Because I can't tell if it needs to be one higher or one lower. Back end. Back end. Oh, jeez. I can't tell. No, it looks right. Well, that should be... I think it's... No, I think it's right. Because it looks like it's a little bit higher for that. So it's in the right spot. And it's... Yeah, it's even that way. So it's fine. Yeah, I can't really tell. But I guess in the end, that's an easy fix to put it... Although it has... Oh, I'm so annoyed. Where's this? No, it's like that. Why is it acting so weird? I don't know if they toggled it up in some way. Or they changed it. Oh, we're not talking about that. Okay, it's fine. It's fine. Stop looking at the pictures. Back to the instructions. Well, it doesn't have a box because it's instructions on the website. Oh, that's the... So you just have... Where's the... This one? Okay. I need to look at the instructions real quick. This is the joy. No, that's fine. That's what it looks like. Oh, they must add something on it. What corner? This corner? Instructed about Pusheen. This is Pusheen. He's actually a screen cleaner. Nice little guy. I have a few different kinds of him. He's just I have a much, much bigger version of him. He is adorable. I find it slightly amusing that he's the same price as the big one. So this little tiny one costs the same amount as this one. This one. They are the same price. Like, how does that work out? Well, you know, I don't really understand how those things work out. But obviously, I enjoyed the big one so much. I'm like, oh, look, a screen cleaner. Who doesn't need one of those? Yeah, he's gigantic. But the good news is the fake cat doesn't shed as much as a real cat does. So, you know, he doesn't rule me. He's just, where in the name of the, you know, I don't know if you do it, but I organize my Legos that it makes it easier for me to find them. Well, ish. You know, like I put them together, and yet still, when I get to actually putting it together, like, how did you organize this? You did a horrible job. A horrible job. This one. No. Well, that, man, if your cat is the big as my stuff, that thing is gigantic. I'm going to question whether or not your cat is that big. Although if he is that big, he's either a Maine Coon or a floofy. Is he a floofy cat? I know a floofy cat. He's gigantic. The amount of, I think his fur is like that long. And he walks all stealthy, like he doesn't make any noise. But, you know, he doesn't make noise when he lifts off. He only makes noise when he lands. How is this not right? Oh, that's right. Oh. So he'll jump up. Oh, nice. He'll jump up, and then he'll land behind you and scare the bejesus out of you. Lose a few lives from the cat jumping up behind you. What? Honestly, this and this. Like that. Why is there a random... But yeah, so if you make your own Legos, do you have your own system to keep them all organized? My cat's lazy. All cats are lazy. They just come out every once in a while for food. Oh, you don't have an organizational system? Man. So because I don't come up with my own designs, I use someone else's. So on Rebrickable, they have it where you can put every single random piece you have into the system, and it'll tell you if you can make anything out of them. So I cataloged all 2,000 of my extra pieces on top of all my Lego sets. Oh yeah, of course the cat comes in for food. That's what cats do. So I cataloged all those pieces to find out that I didn't have any pieces that made anything. Partially I cataloged it, not last Christmas, the Christmas before. One of my friends, for Christmas, they bought me a box of miscellaneous Legos. So they must have got them secondhand from somewhere. So it was just a box of Legos where you had no idea what they were supposed to make. And because I'm not inventive enough to make my own, I was like, well, I must find. Why is there a random... I must find what these are for. So I went on a different site, and you would literally look up the unique pieces, you know, because there's a number on the bottom of the Lego, to see what it went to see if you had any pieces that went with it. That's what I did. Instead of just making my own things out of it, I looked it up to see. And I actually got like 3 or 4 Star Wars little tiny vehicles out of it. And a bunch of other stuff. It was basically a scavenger hunt with Legos. It was the best thing ever. I enjoyed it immensely. The best Christmas gift ever. I mean, although now I have a gigantic pile of extra Legos. But, yeah, any kind of stuff. What does FNAF stand for? For whatever reason, that's not the right piece. My mind went blank. I feel like if you told me what it was, I might know, but Five Nights at Freddy's. Man. Okay. The game or the movie? The fact that I know there's both. I've never watched them. I know I don't like scary movies. I am a coward. I'm a total coward. Are you good at the game? I'm bad at games. I mean, not to say you already had them. They were right here. Why didn't you use them? Talk to myself. Is there only one game? Like, I assume it's just, you have to defeat the like, teddy bears or whatever they are that are inhabited by creatures of some sort. Like, possessed or whatever it may be. It's possessed, right? Oh, there's lots of games? Well, I know that they're coming out with a second movie, so the first one had to... Yeah, see? So are there a lot of jump scares then? Because I assume, because it's a horror thing, that they just constantly jump at you and kill you. I feel like I would die. I'd die quickly. I'd die a lot. Yes. See? Yeah, I don't like being scared. I scare too easily. That's a huge... I was watching Venom last night, and I was like, hey, is this too scary for you? Are you going to have nightmares from this? Like, I don't know if nightmares. You just not have restful dreams. Let's put it that way. I didn't. It was fine. But I was like, hey, this is getting a little bit much. Like, it's not really a horror thing, but it's close enough for me. I will be the first one to jump, the first one to get scared. That in video game, I don't know. Man, my video game level is Lego video games. So with Wii Legos, I've played Lego games. I've played both Star Wars, both Indiana Jones, Harry Potter, both Harry Potters, Lord of the Rings, Pirates of the Caribbean, the Clone Wars game, the worst game. Never play the Star Wars Clone Wars game. Don't do it. But yeah, no, that's my level of gaming. Well, that I am usually assuming Friday Night at Freddy's is that. No, I'm too old. Well, that's not true. Anyone could play Fortnite. Well, I assume they're computer games. I've never played a computer game. Is that not? No. Also, I have a Chromebook. I feel like the Chromebook wouldn't play. I mean, it would. Yeah. Oh, crap. That's not the right piece. That's not the right piece. I've seen it. See, the problem with that is not... So what I've seen gameplay of Fortnite. Is it not player versus player? Like, can somebody kill you? Like, somebody else playing the game come in and kill you? Although, I feel like do you have to choose if other people can be in the same place as you unless you know them? Man, I'm just asking all the questions. Like, I don't... Because I know you can get all the fancy tech, so they have the themed worlds. So those have to be fun when you have all the themed, exciting different things you do. And I know they have the custom weapons and things like that. Those are the themed things. Yeah. But none of the streamers I watch have played that game where I got to watch it actually be played. Because I do like to watch sometimes certain games. I like to watch other people play them because I know I can't do jack shit in the game. If you're just gonna die a lot, it's kind of disappointing. At least for me, playing it myself, I would just be so annoyed. At some point, you're like, really, you're dying again? We're doing this again. But I've never, no. Like, the only games I play are like shitty, like mobile games. But from Fortnite, I looked at it, assumed it was a player versus player. I don't like it. I don't like getting killed on a regular basis. It drives me nuts because I am the one that dies. I am the one that dies all the time. Like, such a struggle to develop your character or do anything in a PvP game, and then somebody just comes in and murks you, and you're like, great, thanks a lot. Thanks a lot, buddy. I'm glad I spent the time so you could just walk up and kill me after you spent, $1,000 on the special features of a game. Ah, because there are those people that spend that much money on those games. I don't know about, well, no, Fortnite's you can buy the features. It's here. See if I'm still there. Still alive. But, find my instructions. How in the name of the... But yeah, I've never gotten into... Why is this wrong? Is it backwards? No, I'm holding it in my hand incorrectly. Yet again, with all the things I do, I have to hold it in the correct orientation or else it'll be wrong. This is going to go on something? No. I have great immense skills, kids. Skills. But yeah, I just don't... I looked at it, I was watching Asmongold play the new Lord of the Rings game. But I looked at that and thought, you know what? They're kind of making me want to play an actual good game, which would be Lord of the Rings, Lego Lord of the Rings, because I've played it to completion. I can play that. That's my level of game playing ability. Unlimited lives. That's my level of game playing ability. Don't tell me I have to do 2 of these. And since the Lord of the Rings game, oh, it tilts too. Isn't that exciting? Look, it tilts just like... Oh, that's gonna be fun. I gotta do the other side. Since I played that one to completion, it's much more exciting than the game he was playing. That looked boring as hell. He was also bored out of his mind. I was slightly insulted. Like, this is a girl's game. I'm like, why? Why would I want to make shit? That just drives me nuts. Drive me nuts. No, I don't want to play that. But yeah, I got inkling. I'm like, ooh, that'd be fun. I'm like, you don't have time for that. You don't want to hook that crap up. You don't want to hook the Wii up. I mean, it might actually be plugged in. We're back. Did it get kicked? Did it get? Oh my gosh. Speak correctly. Did you get kicked out? I had to check to make sure. The amount of times that I lose connection while I'm on stream. I haven't lately, but knock on wood. But being productive, interacting with humans, how dare you? I'm being sarcastic. I was just talking about my great game playing ability. I'm playing Lego Lord of the Rings, but because that's as good as games as I can play. I like to play games. I'm a completionist. I want to play a game that I can get 100% at. If I can't go to 100%, I just find that annoying. For whatever reason, I don't like unending games. But, so my question for you, is Fortnite a player versus player game? Because that's what it looks like to me. In the limited amount of gameplay, yes. See? No. I die all the time. It's just super sad. Like, I always end up, although the Fortnite's a little bit different. Usually the player versus player games I have are the mobile ones where you have to like build your soldiers and whatnot. The super tedious one, it's tedious. I forbid myself to play it just because it's so boring. But the problem with those, I always end up running into the people that, put a bunch of money in it. So they have the really nice things, and then they just come murk you. Like you build yourself up, and they just walk in and go think like that, and then you die, and you're like, great, thanks a lot, buddy. But I don't. You know what? I don't know if I've ever actually played a shoot 'em game. Oh yeah, see, no, you might be able to. You may have those skills. Oh, I missed a piece. I don't have those skills. I generally just have to constantly remind myself, like, you don't have that. Have you ever won money playing? What? See, I still feel like you'd have better luck at it. Is it one of those, like, you feel like, oh, maybe I too can win the lottery by playing Fortnite and making money? Does it only the very skilled get money, or could anybody get it? You know, because I know there are those streamers that do Fortnite. Is it just them that are going to end up with it, or is it something a normal Joe Schmo could actually win it? See, my luck, if I were to play that game, I would win like a free skin or something. Because I know those exist. Although I have seen, like, I think what would make Fortnite enjoyable, the part of it that is the most appealing of what I've seen of it, would be the themed worlds, you know, where they did have, because I saw they had a Squid Game theme. All those would be fun. But because I'm a completionist, I feel like it would destroy me, because I would want everything, and you can't. You'd have to pay money for everything or spend an absurd amount of time in the game to get it. Like, I don't. Both of those things are highly destructive for me. I need a set end. Where's this one? Did you watch all of them? See, I like Asian TV. I like Korean TV. I didn't watch that show. Although I looked at it, I watched the preview, and I'm like, oh, look, everybody's going to die. And I was absolutely correct. I mean, the winner lived. But everybody died. And I feel like if you've seen every episode, doesn't he die at the end? Which means I was right. Everybody dies. Everybody dies. See? The only reason I would watch Squid Game is because Gong Yoo is in it. I don't know if you've ever watched Korean television, but Gong Yoo is super, super famous. He would be the actor that, in season 2, he would be the actor that did Russian Roulette with the main character, which he might have died in that. I don't know. But just for his cameo, I'd be like, oop. And then I'm like, nah. Oh, but he's not actually dead? Oh, gosh, really? Well, that's kind of... I'm kind of disappointed by that, honestly. I mean, I never did watch the show, but... Did they pull a bait and switch? They acted like he was dead, and then he walked off on the sunset? Ah. Uh-oh. That's not a good sign. Wait, how does this go on there if that's not... Oh, for Pete's sakes. That's still not technically... I mean, it's alive, but it's not alive. But yeah, it's just... What is... You know what? There are going to be more Squid Games? No, there's not. I thought there was only supposed to be 3 seasons. Oh, there is going to be, like, different... Oh, yeah. Yeah. Different countries' versions of it. Although, technically, if it was different countries' versions of Squid Games, they should have different games. Because the games they had in Squid Game, at least in the first season, were Korean games. Yeah, did I scroll down and do the same thing again? Dastardly fiend. Don't keep jumping. Okay. Just. Yeah. And you gotta keep them alive forever. And the sad thing about things like that is you look at it, like I wouldn't be super surprised if that actually happened in real life. It's just all of that. I'm like, yeah, I could see humanity doing that. Just like when I watched Avatar today for the first time, I was like, I could see humanity doing that. It's not a good thing. Not a good thing. It's not something to be proud about, but I was like, yep, 100% true. 100% true. Unfortunately, oh, you know what? I don't know if I put the other one on right. Man. But, man. That, I guess the only show I'm looking forward to that I have seen, Wednesday is on this, starts this week. I don't know if, hopefully they're doing all the episodes at once. Probably not. That way I could just binge it and be done with it. We'll see if the second season is as good as the first one. Where's the piece that you have in your hand? Honestly, what's wrong? That's good. Have you tried to make, if you like building with Legos, have you made a Friday Night with Freddy's build? Since you like the thing? Or do you not have, I imagine it would require specific kinds of Legos to make that. Here we go. Get on the thing. Sit. I just like these. They go up and down. So they will twist when they're landing. So that's pretty nifty. Took skills I do not have. Okay. Oh. And just the Titans. Oh. Yeah. Just. Oh. I don't understand why. The less Legos I have, the harder it is to find them. I don't understand why it's not the reverse. I don't understand. But I do like building with Legos to a certain extent. But depending on what it is, I do honestly prefer jigsaw puzzles over Legos. But I would assume partially it's because you don't, for a jigsaw puzzle, I don't have to follow instructions. I can just kind of roll, I get to choose how I'm going to put it together. Also, I can burn out. So I have the Hogwarts castle. It is gigantic. I don't know if you have it. I do not recommend it. It's too big. It's really big and has lots of tiny pieces. Man, those are too. Ugh. If ever you're gonna drive yourself up the wall, I mean, it looks nice, but it's gigantic. Like I don't know what you're supposed to do with it. I think the Hogwarts castle is the hardest, just because it's the biggest. It's just gigantic. It's 2 pieces. I don't even remember how many it is, but it's obviously the biggest that I have. But it's so big, I probably couldn't do a build stream. Well, I don't want to, because I'd have to take it apart to put it back together again. I don't want to do that either. But it's so big, it doesn't actually click together. Like, you can slot it together, but it doesn't actually attach to each side. Like, it's 2 pieces. It's too heavy and it's too large. They can't have it connected. I imagine because it would break apart in the middle. Like, the Lego pieces would break under the pressure because it's just too heavy. It's insane. It does look really nice, but it's one of those things you get done with it and like, okay, number one, originally it's so big that I put it on top of my fridge because it was the only space I had that was big enough that would hold it. And still, it's so big on top of the fridge that it hung over the end. It hung over both sides. That's not correct. Because it was so gigantic. Like, you just sit, like, I don't even... It's the drawback for any of the big sets. If ever you're going to buy any of the big ones, Even if you're going to make one, you have to ask yourself the question of what I'm going to do with it when I'm done with it. I mean, I guess it depends. If you're the type of person to leave it together, all my Legos are together once I make them. Like, once I get done with the Serenity, she's going to go sit next to Treebeard, and then we're going to call it. Because that's... I feel like Harry Potter... The castle is bigger than that. As I shape the thing. Huh. 6,020 pieces. That's how many. 6,020 Legos. That's how big the Harry Potter castle is. When I say she's big, I mean great googly moogly. That's a lot. That's a lot of... Which is, I don't remember how many bags it was, because, like, it's just the never-ending pile. I think it might have been 40. And then you get to the part where they had, like, the stained glass window type thing, and you had the colored little tiny pieces, and you had to put them in the exact correct order. Man, it was tough going. It was that was a multi-day put together. 6,000 pieces is ridiculous. Ridiculous. Although it just depends also on the size of the pieces. Because when I put the Millennium Falcon together, which is what this is made of, when I put this one together, I had the big one, the bigger one, it's like this big, next to it, so you could put them next to each other in the video. And it was really interesting because there's only like 500 pieces difference between the two of them, but the bigger one is gigantic. It's because this set has so many... How does this even go in there? What is wrong with this thing? Has so many little pieces. They're just so tiny. Man, I need to pay attention to what I'm doing. I'm now lost. But yeah, it's gigantic. I don't even... I knew what I was getting into when I bought it, but you still just don't fathom how gigantic it's going to be until you get it together, and they're like, great googly moogly, what am I supposed to do with this? It's just so big in every way. Oh, for Pete's sakes, where's the other one? Still had trouble with that. And this one should be here. And then I'll put it here, like that. Yeah. Skills. I struggled with that one. I seriously struggle. Why? I don't know. Sometimes, man, which, like, from this, one of the alternate builds I made, crap, which ship was it? Oh, the Enterprise, Star Trek Enterprise. And you put it together, and the last pieces that went together, I literally had to hold them together to keep them on. Like, it was tough going, man. It was ridiculous, the amount of time and effort I put into trying to get it to sit right, because it was too heavy. I mean, it did actually come together in the end, but when I originally put it together, I literally had to hold both sides on and then spin it around that way until I was eventually able to... It's one of those builds where you put it together and you're holding it, and then you eventually, like, you're kind of just like, baby, I'll just let go and hopefully it'll stay together. But that one, it fell apart so many times. The last time it fell apart, I was able to put it together without looking at the instructions because I fixed it so many times that I memorized how it went. It was, it looked really nice. It did actually finish. So the Enterprise, anybody ever watches this, who actually watches that one, it did actually, once I got it back together the last time and didn't touch it, it stayed together. So maybe it was just me touching it that it got mad at. But, yes. As always, I default, if I can't get it together right, I automatically assume I did something wrong. Earlier, I did something wrong on this one. I eventually caught what I did wrong and fixed it. How I didn't notice it when I did it, I'm not going to say. I don't know. But, I fixed it eventually. But, you know, with all things, well, where's this go? Why is this? Oh, that just looks weird. Okay. But yeah, the 6,000 piece Harry Potter Hogwarts Castle. There's a smaller version of the Hogwarts Castle now. That's not that gigantic. Now I have it. It's no longer on top of the fridge. It's currently bookending my TV. That's how big it is. It's obviously not as tall as the TV, but I was like, well, this is the only spot I have. So it's not actually together because it can't go together. If I did that, I'd have to take the TV off to fit it. It's ridiculous. Because it reaches both sides of the table that the TV is on. You know, I'm breaking my cardinal rule, which is to, where does this go? Where does it go? What the frill in his bottom? Supposed to get all the pieces that I need to put on there and then put them on, so I make sure I have all the pieces on there. Because when it gets to the little ones, like this, seriously, this is what we're doing? Okay. Okie dokie. I don't understand, but that's fine. Okay. 10% rule. Can I pull it off? This way. Where does it connect? Like this? This. How's that looking? I think that looks right. So it's there. Sure. Makes perfect sense. Are we attaching it to something? No. Okay. Don't question the instructions. Someone far smarter than me made them. Far smarter than me. Oh. Skills. That's so weird the way they put these together. Sometimes I kind of feel like I need instructions that are 3D where you can spin them so you can look at it from a different angle, you know, because sometimes you look at it and you're like, I don't know where you put that piece. I don't know exactly what we're doing. We're just going to wing it. Looks rightish. We'll go with that one. Where's the big one? There's that one. And then the 4, which I keep losing. But yeah. There we go. Back together again. Why are we counting? 1, 2, 3. This one. But yeah, most of the Lego sets are big. So this one, when I bought it, it was actually tiny compared to the others. Because I have, you know, Hogwarts Castle. I have Hedwig, the Collector's Edition. That's adorable. Adorable. Expensive, but not as expensive as the castle, not as big as the castle. But it looks great. That one I recommend, honestly, if you like Harry Potter. It is adorable. And Hedwig. Both of those two things. But that one, Star Wars, I got the Millennium Falcon, Slave One, Ewok Village, a couple of random ships that I don't know the names of. Gosh, what is the other things? Man, I'm already forgetting stuff. I have lots of Star Wars because I got a bunch of the Advent calendars, so I have lots of minifigures from Star Wars. And then I have my box of extra Legos from Random Crafts, but you know, like I'm used to the big ones. It's weird to have the tiny ones. Although, you know, as I said earlier, because that is this in the wrong spot? It's supposed to be down one? No, it's supposed to be right there. What are we doing? This? And 10% rule. Me and looking at the instructions and following them. See, if I struggle to put it together just to figure out what it's doing, I can't possibly make my own. I'm just saying. I don't have the great and immense skills you do. I wish. because then I'd be able to use not only my extra Legos, but you know, make new things with them. That'd be exciting. How does this? Oh, it's just at an angle, so it makes it look like they're the same height when they're really not. No, it's down one. How is it down one? Oh, it's underneath like you did with the last one, you loon. You know what? Okay. Oh, so it's both sides together. Like this. What is this? The front? The neck? Mm-hmm. I feel like this one might be using a lot of the pieces. Although I say that. I wish this set, the 25th anniversary Millennium Falcon, had bigger pieces. Like you have the opportunity to make a much bigger Millennium Falcon than you made. You made it super tiny. All the pieces most of the pieces are tiny. Like you could have upped them, made them bigger sizes. You could have had a bigger Millennium Falcon and you really wanted to. I don't know if, you know, well, I imagine the bigger pieces cost a little bit of money, but I don't know how much difference it makes. But spin it. Uh-oh. You know what? Uh-oh. Well, I've got, yeah, like 40 pages. No, that's not right. I gotta get it so that this part, nope, still not right. 10% rule. We can do this. How hard could it be? This way, like this. Because I needed this piece to be in a specific angle. It was fighting me hard. Where is the... But yeah, I must be getting close to the end because there's not that many pieces and it doesn't use all of them, which is honestly kind of annoying because I got to figure out where I'm going to put the extra pieces for the certain sets because I don't want to mix them in with my extra pieces because I'm OCD that way. I want to know, just in case I want to go back to the original or sell the set or whatever, like I need to be able to get back to the beginning. Are these pages? Just. Oh, I really don't like the little tiny pieces. Purely because they're such a pain to find, to dig out. Oh, I just dropped it on the floor. Well, good news, it didn't fly away. Oh, look, there's the other piece. Don't lose it. There we go. There we go. But yeah, because this is the neck. Although at some point, this ship not only comes with, it not only has the Firefly, but it has the tiny little minis for the 2 detachable ships. What is this? Oh, for Pete's sakes. 10% rule. You can do it. There it is. Look, you can definitely find this piece. You can definitely find this piece. Okay. So this and this. That's the little head of the thing. Oh, jeez. I can never find anything. Where did these go? Okay. Even better. Does it go here? That's backwards. I assume it's down and not up. Because yet again, it shows it from the front, not the back, so I can't actually see. Well, at least this one, I'll be able to tell when I try to attach it to something where it's supposed to be. Because that'll be an easy, that's not in the right spot, you need to move that. Yet again, we can fix it later. Make a mental note, something's wrong. Something might be wrong. Fix it later. Oh, and it just attaches on the side? Interesting. Oh yeah, that came out right. That's in the right spot. I don't really... Oh, I guess it does have the nose. Too true, too true. I don't know. See, this is why I can't possibly do this. Nope, you got the wrong side. Yeah. Am I surprised by that? No, I'm not surprised. Where's the... Okay. Oh, it is a connector thingy. Oh, that's why you couldn't find it, because you were looking for the wrong piece. Now is this going to eventually... Oh, gosh. Connect somewhere? I would assume so. I don't have those skills. It'll tell me what I'm supposed to be doing, probably, eventually. See, I would have loved it if that piece had already been on there, because then I would have not had the mystery of, is this in the right spot? Just saying. Okay, does it need to go on the outside or the inside? We don't know. I assume we're going this way. The closest I got to be inventive for putting pieces together, when I was putting the Outrider together, I think that's right, Dash Rendar ship from Shadows of the Empire in Star Wars. It's the first one I did with this set. When they got towards the end, there was a instruction missing. So when you put it together, it didn't quite go right. And eventually, you know, I figured out what piece I was missing, and then I chose one and put it together. Like, that's as close as I'm going to get. Like, I was able to, I knew something was wrong. I looked at all the pieces we had left, and I'm like, well, we're using this one. And I was able to connect it together. But that's as close as I'm going to get to being able to, that is ass backwards. I'm so proud of you. Closest I was get to being inventive was to just, and that was mostly because I had the same connection in the Millennium Falcon set, like the original instructions, like you had that connection. So I knew what it was supposed to be. It just, for whatever reason, when he made it, he just forgot that instruction, which I can't blame him. Like, you know, accidents happen, whatever. One small instruction, that, and it was on the outside. So I was able to put everything else together so you knew what pieces you needed. So there was no worries of using a piece you needed elsewhere. And it was on the inside, so it didn't matter what color it is. It's also a plus. Not needing a specific color, which I don't know if you have the trouble distinguishing between the dark gray and the shiny gray. That gives me fits from time to time. Like, which one did you want? I realize that in the instructions, they make the shiny gray, like, shimmer or whatever. Like, have a little bit to make it look like it's shiny. But I don't always notice that, okay? I don't always pick up on that subtle hint. Hey, that's supposed to be the shiny one. Which causes me problems later on if you put it in a weird spot and you can't get it back out again. Oh, crap. As I keep dropping the pieces on the ground. Hopefully you do that too. I drop them all the time. All the time. Hunting them down. Yeah, throwing stuff everywhere at this point. But we are almost, okay, done with this thing. Had I been paying attention, I would have seen what step it is, because I did the stand first. So this is the end of the instructions. So I'm on page 145 of 200, but I did the very end of the instruction booklet. So had I been paying attention, we'd know how many steps we have left. But alas, no, I didn't do that. So, you know, great. This connects onto here, where, like this. Okay. Skills. Get in the slot. There we go. There's a nut. Okay. Like that. Okay. Oh no. Okay. And then this goes on here. Aw. Well, we know what this is. That looks like it. From the side, it definitely does. That looks like the Serenity. Oh, look, I'm supposed to connect it? Okay. How does it, oh, does it? Don't break it. Oh, no. Oh, no. A piece came off in the middle. This is a disaster. Okay. And I feel like it should go right here. Oh, no. Don't kill it. No. Does it not go like this? Okay. Because it doesn't. Why is this side? Okay. We're at 148. I need to look at something before we do this. I gotta scroll back to make sure this is in the right spot. Because it's to the side and I don't know. I want to make sure this is in the right spot. Because it's on the left side. See? That's on the left. So there's a gap here. I don't know. Because the connecting slot is only one wide. So it can't go one way or the other. But it also can't go in the middle. It's not going to connect in the middle. So I assume it's right. I just want to look at it. Because when they have the connection instructions, they don't put... Oh no, it looks like it's in the middle. How is it in the middle? I'm so genuinely confused. It won't be the first time I messed up. But no, it looks like it's on this. Ugh. Well, at least I remember what page I'm on. For now. As we just keep on scrolling. All the way back to the beginning. Because I want to make sure before I connect it in that it's correct. Keep on scrolling. As always, if I knew where it was. Man, how far back to the beginning it is. Oh no. We don't want to be too close to the beginning. If I mess it up the very... Yeah, how is that not... Oh yeah, I did mess it up. What could possibly go wrong? That's just fine. But I can't move over one, can I? Uh-oh. Don't ask such... No, you can't. I don't know why it wants to be in the middle if it can't be in the middle. We will keep on scrolling. So I don't think it... Well, you know... Oh my gosh. How far is... How bad did you mess this up? It's not too bad. I mean, the top came off fairly well. I just got to make sure the connection... Oh, for the love of Pete. What step was this on? Oh, there it is. Okay. So these two are like this. Is it on top of something? So we have that on the end. Does it have, okay. This. And then these two are right here. Okay. And then this goes here? But it doesn't, oh. Who messed it up? I did. What did we do wrong? I put these in the wrong way. Uh-oh. It's fine, it's fine. As always, who messed it up? I did. But don't you worry. Where did I just set the... Okay. I can fix it. Like this. And then this goes on top. Once I've already took it off, I could just go back to, as always, my rule of thumb is, who messed it up? I did. Always and forever. Wait, how is that connecting like that with that piece on there? Okay. It goes this way, right? Yeah, okay. So this just sits right back on here again. If I can get it on there. Skills, kids, skills. Why is it not sitting? Why are you not happy? Okay. I've done fixed my problem because I messed it up. At least I was smart enough to realize there was something wrong. Because now, oh crap. There we go. Look at her. And it has the things that swivel down so she can land. Okay, that's fine. Thanks for hanging out. Be sure to check back, see how it ends. But it's pretty much done now that it unfixed my mistake. My mad skills. That one thing you do wrong at the very beginning will mess you up at the end. But at least I was able to. It's not the worst mistake I've ever made. That will always be the Slave 1 ship. That was catastrophic. Huh. Since I had to do the entire thing over again. Oh, jeez. So the Slave 1, like this one, went onto a stand. And I put one block in the wrong spot. Oh, I hate it when they give me these pictures. That's not the way that goes. Oh, like this. So there was one block that I put in the wrong spot on the inside. And of course, you know, it had to go on the stand. Because the way the Slave 1 is formed. And in order to get to it, you had to literally take the entire ship apart. And you couldn't take it apart in a way because it was solidly placed in the middle easily. So you literally just had to take it apart entirely. It was just faster and easier to just completely disassemble it and start over again. Because it was in the very base and the bottom. Like you could keep the bottom layer if you really wanted to. I don't think I did. At that point, I think I was so paranoid that I would mess something up that I literally took it down to the studs and redid it. Just redid it from the very beginning. And I'm pretty sure that was the first time I did it as well, which was a bummer. But, you know, when you make those mistakes, there's nothing you could do about it. You kind of just got to roll with it and figure out what went wrong and fix it. And then keep on keeping on. Like, I did finish it in the end. I've done that one numerous times. But yeah, it was not a good day. It's not a good day. Like, oh, crap. That and the piece that I did wrong on that one was one of the weird colored, the bright colored pieces. So usually in the middle, to help you figure out where pieces go, they make the middle pieces bright colors. At least that's why I always assumed that they made them that way. They made them bright colors so that way you could see them easily. And then it's your point of reference in the middle so that you can know that you're putting the pieces in the right spot. Why can I not find the top of this piece? Those. Oh, this one. I put my point of reference in the wrong spot. I was still able to put everything else right. But that one thing. Oh, geez. So that's the front of the. How does this sit in here? It goes like this, but we don't have those in there. Where's the connectors? You're killing it, small child. Killing it. Oh. Okay. I was supposed to have already put those on there. Way to pay attention to the instructions, small child. But, you know, just gotta roll with it always. You know, remember that you should have all the pieces. Just a matter of figuring out what you messed up. Like with this one. It was a cock-up, to be sure. The fact that I didn't notice it ahead of time is kind of sad, but, you know, that's just how it sits. Okay. Lost the little ship. So we're finally going to be done with this thing. As I make two of them. Are they exactly the same? Probably not. I think the only difference is the very end of it. The two cars. There's the other car. There's the other car. So this one. I'm going to wait on those because I don't know where exactly, if that's exactly the same on both sides, or if we're just going to do that differently. I assume it's the ones with the, well, you know, they're not solid, but I don't care. It's not really the end of the world for me. Okay. Where does it sit? % roll. Huzzah! Have the little ship in there. And this one. Oh, is this supposed to be the black without the... Because that's the dark brown. I think. Yet again, I don't know. I can't tell colors. I'll look at the other one. No, it's the flat top. Whatever, don't care. And then, this is the piece. So earlier I was looking at it, I was like, I don't understand. That looks nothing like, I was trying to visually check to make sure, by looking at the final product, to make sure I had everything correct. And I kept seeing this piece on there. I'm like, that's not on mine. I'm like, you darn right it's not. Because you haven't put it on there yet. Oh, and there's the skills. No worries, kids. No worries. I could just put that on there. That's it. This is. I'm trying to understand about these two. I don't know. But this. Can we put it in there without killing it? Yes. Here we go. Is Firefly. It's got the little. I feel it goes this way. This is the ship in all its glory. And all the pieces that are left over. But this is the ship in all of its glory. It actually does look very good. It's got the little... Oh, I put that on backwards. It's got the ships. Did I put both of them on backwards? Can I just... Yep. You know what? Don't even start with me. Okay. This is both ships. Although I feel like this should be... Do I have a dark... We're going to put this... We're going to change it out. Even though I said I didn't care, it stands out too much. You could probably take it off and you wouldn't have this problem. Nope, I just took it off the thing. That's fine. It's fine. We can fix it. We can fix it. There. That is Serenity in all her glory. She looks pretty. I like her. Wait. I gotta flip it. The fact that they twist around, that's pretty cool. I like it. Looks good. You got your two little ships that detach. That's great. I don't know if that's where they're supposed to be. Don't care. Don't know. Don't care. Although I think that's right. As I yawn. And this is what she looks like. I think it turned out exceptionally well. Yeah, if you've come to the end to look at the Firefly, if you like these, what it looks like, the instructions on how to make it, you have to buy them. They're on rubrical.com. This is the ship in all of her glory. So feel free to go buy it. It is not my instructions. I do not have those skills. I bought it and built it. Like certain parts of it look better in certain ways, but I don't know if I like these two as the tops of the ships. But I feel like that's meant to make them stand out, and it's all supposed to be look like the viewfinder for it. The lookout spot. Oh my gosh, can we get this in here? Yet again, I highly recommend picking it up, putting it in the slot, and setting it down on the stand that way. I don't have the skills to put it on there without breaking it. You may be better at it than I am. But if you like this, please like, comment, subscribe. Tell me what you didn't like. Also click the link if you want to buy it. Do not follow my shitty build. Also, if you do find my shitty build and you have to go back and fix what I did wrong, I would find that very amusing. But support the person who made this awesome set. If you have the skills to make your own, I highly recommend going on there and publishing it. Might not be a lot of money, but you might as well get something for your hard work, your ingenuity. Until next time, I hope you have a great rest of your day. Thank you for watching, and until next time, see you later.